After their 6-goal thriller in the Champions League, Leeds are anxious to repeat that form in the Premiership, where they've failed to win in the last 4, and indeed they've lost the last 2 home games 2-1. Today's lineup is the same that put half a dozen past Besiktas on Tuesday. Danny Mills continues to replace Jonathan Woodgate in central defence. Dominic Matteo, late of Liverpool, was on the score sheet in that Champions League win, as were Eric Bakker and Lee Bowyer, whose 2 goals from midfield make him the Leeds top scorer with 6 this season. Spurs unbeaten at home, but they've only taken 1 point from 3 matches away, in which they've only scored once. With the trio of Sergei Rebrov, Les Ferdinand and Stefan Iversen in the lineup, there's a feeling that the goals will eventually start to flow. The Spurs lineup today is unchanged for the 3rd match in succession. Sol Campbell is likely to be out for another couple of weeks, but Darren Anderton has recovered quicker than expected from his groin injury, and he's a substitute. The referee today is Mr. Neil Barry, and when these teams met in this fixture last season, Leeds won 1-0. But it was a game which erupted into a mass brawl that subsequently saw both sides fined £150,000 by the FA. Situation that came about after a Lee Bowyer challenge on Stephen Clements. Here's Matteo playing his 4th match for Leeds today. His debut was delayed by injury after his move from Liverpool. Hart drilled in first time for Smith to chase, covered by Perry. Well, Perry goes to ground and loses possession. That was well defended by Thatcher. Leeds will certainly be hoping to pick up where they left off on Tuesday. Indeed, the last 2 Champions League fixtures here have both produced joy for Leeds. Radaby's header. Here's Leonardson for Tottenham. That's short, given away to Bowyer, who has the capacity to inflict damage. Viduka. So strong, isn't he? Good turn. Didn't get hold of the shot as he would have wished, but it's an indication of the sheer physical presence that Mark Viduka brings to a match. Kelly. Smith. Trying to wriggle past Perry. Still Smith. Oh, he could have done other things with it if he just slid it in. Viduka was unmarked. Oh, clash of heads there between Radaby and Les Ferdinand, which has flattened both of them. Both with eyes only for the ball. Neil Barry immediately signalling for the trainers. Radaby sitting up, but Les Ferdinand is not. There's some concern about whether Les Ferdinand will be able to resume. It looks as if Darren Anderton may be getting a signal to take off the tracksuit. But at least for Tottenham fans, there's the satisfaction of seeing Darren Anderton's return to the fold sooner than expected. Good news too, perhaps, for Kevin Keegan and England. Great ball back by Anderton to Carr, who continued his run. Here's Rebrov into Iversen, nicked out by Gary Kelly. Sherwood. Anderton, Rebrov. Iversen. Oh, that's a great ball by Iversen. Carr continued his run. Here's Rebrov, struck it first time. A wonderful goal by Tottenham. It's the first that Tottenham have scored at Elland Road in the last 5 visits. It's only the second that they've scored away from White Hart Lane in the league this season, and it was wonderfully worked. Carr played no small part in that. Down that right side and swept in imperiously by the £11 million Ukrainian. It's his second goal for Spurs in open play, plus one penalty. And Tottenham take the lead. Oh, and Tottenham have got a lot of players in support of Stefan Freund, who's galloping down that left flank. Back to Darren Anderton. Oh, it came back a long way off Nigel Martin. It was well struck by Anderton. Freund. Anderton, who's dictated things since he came on, and it's another well-struck shot. Eddie Gray scratching his head in the middle. One of the voices behind the throne, occupied by David O'Leary. Thatcher. Rebrov. Sherwood. Carr comes on this right side. Aimed at Leonardson. Goal kick. Well, Tottenham look much better balanced with Darren Anderton back in action, and they lead at half-time as a result of that goal scored by Sergei Rebrov. And the problem for Leeds that they've now got a patched-up defence. Neither Jonathan Woodgate nor Lucas Radebe, their two normal central defenders, are in action. It's Leeds 0, Tottenham 1. I'll make a note of the name. He may appear in the second half. So Tottenham start the second half against a Leeds team with a growing injury list. David Batty and Michael Dewberry among the long-term absentees. Jason Wilcox and Harry Kewell still absent. Jonathan Woodgate injured as well, and Radebe having to go off, along with Olivier Dacour. There are problems for David O'Leary, who mentioned in his programme notes a small minority of Leeds fans who booed the team after the recent home defeat against Ipswich. It will be interesting to see what reaction there is if they lose a third time at home. Backer. Corner. Out off the shins of Freund. Well, Leeds have got a big man to look for now in 6'4" tall Danny Hay, the substitute central defender who's come forward as Bowyer takes the corner, defended by Freund. Back in by Bowyer. Sullivan backpedaling, hit the post. Viduka! It's 1-1. Sullivan was always in trouble when he was backpedaling. Just got a hand on it. Hooked back in by Lee Bowyer. Sullivan backpedaling, got one hand on it. It came back off the post. Viduka pounced on the loose ball to score his second goal. And in fact, the ball that went against the post had been pushed there by Sullivan, but the goal was unguarded. And Viduka scored his second goal in the Leeds shirt. It's all square. Knocked up by Perry. That's awkward. Bit of shirt pulling. Smith trying to wriggle through. Leeds look to have a head of steam on them. Oh, it's two! The shot by Kelly just redirected, and Viduka gets his second in the space of a couple of minutes, and suddenly Leeds are in front. Back from Olympic duty with Australia, a large slice of good fortune. Gary Kelly with the driven shot, which Viduka cleverly redirected. You have to give the big man credit for a deliberate change of direction to beat Sullivan. It wasn't a fluke. Sherwood keeps his balance. Freund. Everson. Blistering shot, which Nigel Martin could only palm away. Anderton to knock it back in. Leonardson's header. And Nigel Martin able to catch it without pressure. A quick distribution to Bowyer. Here's Vega. Sherwood. Vega. Chipped in for Everson. Well, Leeds are on fire at the start of this second half. Kelly. Backer. Smith loses out. Thatcher. Smith just ran into him. It'll be a free kick. Ian Hart lets it run on. Rebroff wasn't allowing it to reach the keeper. Anderton. Here's McPhail, given away to Sherwood. Rebroff. Anderton. Sliding it out to Carr. To Leonardson. Back into the middle. Here's Everson. Got his back to goal. Freund, it wouldn't drop quickly for him. And here's Bowyer for Leeds. Aimed at Smith. This is Perry. Smith wins it fairly. And then is fouled by Carr, free kick. Oh my, how this game has burst into life like a forest fire. Bowyer chips in the free kick. Oh, it's three! It's Smith! It's three from Leeds in the space of 13 second half minutes. Alan Smith's header after Viduka had jumped in front of him. What a turnaround. Bowyer floated in the free kick. Viduka jumped and didn't get it. Smith waiting behind him did. It's half a dozen in the season for Alan Smith. It's his first goal in 8 games after scoring 5 in his first 4 appearances of the season. Anderton will take the free kick. Tottenham bewildered to suddenly find themselves 3-1 down. Oh, here's Chris Perry. It's 3-2. Well, the goals are going in thick and fast at either end. Anderton swung in the free kick. And it's Perry arriving behind Vega, who won it. Chris Perry's first goal of the season for Tottenham. And maybe Tottenham's cause isn't yet lost. Viduka. Backer. Trying to slide it in front of Bowyer. To Kelly, who skips past 2 Tottenham players. Here's Kelly. Can he tee it up for somebody? Out off Vega. Corner. Bowyer to take the corner. Matteo comes to the near post. Oh, yes! Smith gets his second. Leeds lead 4-2. And Tottenham wonder about the marking. Oh, well. As celebrations go, that one seems a bit extreme. But there's no disguising the Leeds' delight, or the quality of the header from Alan Smith, or the poor Tottenham defending. Nobody to prevent Alan Smith from having what was a comfortable header, and he's now the top scorer for Leeds this season with 7. So Leeds have got 2 players now on the possibility of a hat-trick. Smith. And again, Smith. Twice the shot was blocked. First by Vega, then by Perry. But here's Matteo. Smith! Off the bar, would you believe it? Hart. Away by Vega. Oh, Tottenham are shell-shocked at the back. Here's Anderton. That might find its way to Smith, but he's just offside. Well, my goodness me. How close was Alan Smith to his second half hat-trick? Well, what on earth did David O'Leary say to his players at half-time? Everson, fine. Space on the right for Stephen Carr. Anderton. Back to Carr. Well, he did very well. He might have got a corner. Looks as if Nigel Martin has spooned it over the goal line. Darren Anderton will take the corner. Vega's up. Rebrov with the overhead kick, off the line by Smith. Oh, I think the referee's given the goal. It is. Leeds players are running to Neil Barry. He's coming across to talk to his assistant on this near side who made the decision. Anderton swung in the corner. Everson had the header down. Rebrov's shot was over the goal line before it was headed out. Sharp bit of play by the Ukrainian. Free kick to Leeds. Here's Bakker. Bridges. McPhail to Bakker. Back to Bridges. Oh, they're in here. Sullivan just able to gather it in with the fingertips. Nervous last few minutes perhaps for David O'Leary. Won't want to see his team pegged back to a 4-4 draw. George Graham chewing the gum with resolution. Everson heads it on. Rebrov back to Everson. Carr on his outside. Spurs have got three in the middle. Great ball by Everson. Here's Carr. Anderton. It's a corner. Sherwood stretched. Looked as if Tottenham had opened them up for the equaliser. Anxious faces among the Leeds supporters. Oh, and Leeds can break now through Bridges. He looks up to see Bowyer on the left side, but in a way there's no need for Leeds to be too heroic. They lead 4-3. We're down to the last few seconds. Surely David O'Leary would just want to see them keep the ball and keep possession and secure the win. Out by Danny Hay. Sherwood with the throw, back from Rebrov. Leonardson. Anderton. For Vega. To Carr. Here's Anderton. Leonardson. Back to Anderton. Wrong-legged he may be, but they weren't quite long enough to turn that one in. There's just 1 minute of time to be added on at the end of this game. 60 more seconds. Free kick to Leeds. taken by Hart. That's Thatcher. Oh, the whistles are ringing all around Elland Road. Bridges. Perry takes it off him. Forward by Leonardson. Here's Rebrov. Is there still time? Oh, he's overrun it. Wholehearted commitment from Sergei Rebrov, but Tottenham's cause now looks lost, having led 1-0 at half-time, having clawed themselves back into the game twice. 3-1 down and then 4-2 down. They got it back to 4-3, but David O'Leary's side produced the same sort of heroics that saw them score 6 times in the Champions League in midweek. The briefest of handshakes between the former pupil and the master, David O'Leary, and George Graham. It was thrill-a-minute stuff in the second half. It was almost a goal a minute, but Leeds, for the spirit of their fight back, thoroughly deserved to win a game that was a great advert for the Premiership by 4 goals to 3. 2 from Mark Viduka, 2 from Alan Smith. Sergei Rebrov got 2 for Tottenham, with 1 from Chris Perry in between. But it's 3 points at home for Leeds after losing their last 2 here in the Premiership. Final scoreline of Leeds 4, Tottenham 3. What gives you most pleasure in a match like that?
The pleasure I got, I thought our front 2 were superb. I thought there was poor defending in both teams, but the injuries were sustaining, and the people were putting in, you know, it's not ideal and it's very, very frustrating. But I did feel that, you know, if we got the ball down and played, we still had better quality to go and win the game. And I thought, as I say, our front 2 were always a real big threat to their back 4.
You must have been pleased with the way your team fought back in the face of adversity.
Well, I think you've always got to try to get something positive out of the game, and you know, we didn't lie down. We kept coming back, and as I said, Tim Sherwood and both and Darren Anderton had half chances to make it 4-4, but we showed a bit of character not lying down, but we've just got to defend much better. The defending in the Premiership as a whole is way below standard.
How much confidence is there now flowing through this Leeds side?
Yeah, there's a lot of confidence. We got a good hiding, so we did over in Barcelona, and from there I think we've learned. We've let ourselves down, no disrespect against the likes of Man City and Ipswich, and then last week against Derby, so it was important that we got 3 points today, and it'll do the confidence no harm whatsoever, coming back from 1 down and then winning the game 4-3.
Now, what about your second goal? It was a shot from Gary Kelly. Did you deliberately redirect it the way you did, or did it just hit your ankle?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the shot and, you know, it was a little bit weak. You know, I thought the goalkeeper would have it pretty easily, and, you know, I just thought that split second, you know, I just got to get a little touch to it and maybe it'll go in, and it did. And, you know, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, and this time I was a bit lucky.
I'm a great believer in Mark Viduka, and for £6 million I think we can develop him into a very, very good player indeed. With the way he holds the ball up, he's got great feet, and the running ability and players that can run off him, i.e. when we get Kuehl back or Jason Wilcox and those people, I think will be, you know, look very, very good up.